Hello and welcome to the first episode of the Summer Cyber Muslim Podcast. So, imagine last Friday, I'm walking to the mosque, and whilst you walk to the mosque, you're supposed to remember God, and you're supposed to think about life and death, and think about and remember why you're here, and remember your meaning and your purpose. And you just keep remembering God in different ways. Like you say, God forgive me, or you say, there's no God but God. And I'm doing that. And I'm like, there's no God but God, there's no God but God, there's no God but God. And I'm like saying in Arabic, so I'm like, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah. And I'm getting mad whilst I'm walking. I'm like half there. And it's funny because in this moment, on these days where, like, for me it's Friday, and I'm supposed to spend some of that day remembering God and going to the mosque, and then for Christians it's Sunday, which is today, and they're supposed to be going to the church, remembering God. And even within this time that I'm supposed to be remembering my purpose and remembering God and remembering like the ultimate goal as to why I'm here, I'm like doing this thing, and then I get mad. Like, oh, I knew that this course was not the right course for me I was supposed to do this other thing. And I was like checking my phone, and there's a problem with there's a problem with a loan that I'm getting. Like, I have to sign something. And I'm just like, bro, I was supposed to be, I needed that amount of money in order to do my business operations. I can't wait a year until all my other courses are done. That's going to be a lot of time delayed before I start building my business plans and my empire. I was supposed to learn this last week, but now I already bought this other course, and now I have 2 courses to do in the next 3 weeks before they expire. And I'm just like, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, La ilaha illallah Muhammad Rasulullah, La ilaha. And I'm just like, I'm supposed to be remembering God, and I'm saying it, but in my mind, I'm just like infuriated by what I don't have. So I keep walking, and eventually I get to the mosque, and it's crazy what happened, because I went inside. And I saw the preacher, not the preacher, it's the imam. Not the imam. It's called, anyways, it's the guy who tells the thing at the mosque. And he tells like a story, and he tells people to be good. And he's like, and I walk in, and he's like, oh, you who believe, be grateful. And I'm just like, what? I was like, why is this being said to me right now? Like, really? At the moment where I got mad about stuff like that? And now this? So I went and sat down, and I'm like, damn, I'm thinking about all the stuff that I need more than my content and my appreciation towards just me being created, and just me being alive, where there's in a scenario where the earth has green, and where there's enough oxygen for everyone, and where I'm never starving. I'm not even never starving. I'm like allowed to pursue physique goals, and like eat a lot, and take a lot of courses, and like I just got a job, and all these things. And I'm just like, I'm getting mad I'm getting mad, focus more on what I don't have than remembering what I do have and remembering God. So we pray, we do the Friday prayer, and then at that point, I immediately take out my phone and I cancel my loans that I was going to get. And I cancel my loans, and I just start like trying to seek forgiveness um for just being so bloodthirsty for more and bloodthirsty for success and power. And I have this moment where I'm like, how many times did I go over the bounds? And I start breaking all of these doors to go and go hard at different things that I never did before, just starting them and thinking that I'll completely finish them within a few days or a week, and then I completely regret that, because if I were to just stay patient and focus on the things that I have, mastering the things that I already know, or doing the things that are already available to me, I wouldn't be sacrificing or wasting so much reaching for all the things that I don't have. So I cancel my loans, and I start thinking about gratitude, and I was like, that's it. I'm doing a gratitude podcast. So today we're going to talk about gratitude. And we're going to talk about gratitude because, to me personally, gratitude is one of the main ways that I do good in the world. Every single time that I do a good deed, if I think back to it, every single time that I helped anyone, every single time that I did anything like good in the world or good in the eyes of God, it's been because of gratitude in some way or another. Here's the first way. I'll be chilling studying at school, and then I'll come across like a concept where I've been spending weeks, like for example, Kerberos. When I first got to Kerberos, I was doing Cobalt Strike. Like, I didn't dive that deep into Kerberos doing separate modules on Hack the Box, or exploiting it in a manual fashion where, I'm pivoting, deploying exploits, and then running things to abuse Kerberos. No, I was on a CRTO, and it's like Kerberos, golden ticket, silver ticket, and I'm just like trying to plow through them. Okay, this is what you do here. 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 And then I finish all, like, there's so many, there's like 15, 20 Kerberos attacks. And I finish these attacks, and I'm like, man, what on earth even is this thing? Like, what even is Kerberos? Why do we have to even use this? Why can't we just use the same SAM oriented authentication that is used in the local machine to do all this remote stuff too? Like, what's the problem? You trust it here, but you don't trust it for remote stuff. And I'm like, I'm done this. I get a textbook, and I get a textbook for Windows internals, but it's like the security version. And I go through the entire Kerberos chapter, and I'm like, oh my God, this is something that I never even imagined that I would do, to read a chapter of a textbook. And I get up in that moment, I'm looking around like, nah, like this, like, did I really just read like a chapter about like Windows internals, and then at such a low level? So I get up, and I look for the first person around me, and I go and greet them, and I'm like, hey, how are you? What's your program? What are you working on? And I sit down, and I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Yeah. I did that once. How you study for it is, like, you go through it like this, and then you make sure to do those practice problems. And by the way, if you use ChatGPT for the places in that course where the prof doesn't explain it well, it'll help you to fill in those gaps. Like, here, look, this is how you do it. This is how you do the prompt. This is how you take notes. This is how you draw diagrams. This is how you, and I'm just like, I'm providing this person with value and knowledge and the ability to learn, simply because when I had that realization that I've been granted a method of learning, I've been granted viability towards textbooks, something that I never had before. And this has just been delivered straight to my brain from God, because I literally can't even, before this time, I'm literally unable to learn without hands-on hacking. And now I'm able to read a textbook. So I get up and I start trying to help everybody. Another another example was when I first even started hacking, and I discovered Try Hack Me, and I was like, what? I can attack like a real computer? And then I started attacking real stuff, like simulated, but it's real VMs. And I get up at that moment when I first did it, and when I first used Linux, and when I first like typed commands, and then things changed. I just got up, I went to my kitchen, and I just started kissing everyone. I like literally just started kissing my mom and my aunt. And I was like, what? How could I have just ignored doing good for others and ignored the world around me, when there's something as beautiful as this, what is being, what I'm experiencing. And so when good things happen, I made it a habit to do good things for other people, because I don't feel sufficiently grateful if I get something good and I'm like, yeah, that's my right. I deserve that. Yeah, thanks God. That's my right. Give me more, and I deserve everything that you give me, because I'm just born for greatness. So just keep giving me everything. I know that God had the choice to give me or to not to give me. And so when he does give me, my expression of gratitude is, hey, I want other people to get it too. I want those other people to feel that love that I just got by gaining knowledge or wealth or some kind of opportunity. And we'll talk about how opportunities are part of gratitude too in a bit. So in my previous point about, getting up and doing good once you get good, you might have noticed that in each of those times, I did it quite quickly. Like, I got up spontaneously to do good. And that's the kind of methodology that I formed, that my energy progressively shaped itself around, because of this other rule that I found, this other rule that God tells us to have. The way that you do acts of gratitude the most effectively and easily is to do it quickly. This is because God says to hasten to do good, hasten towards good deeds. And the reason for that is because if you were to wait in that moment where you have a realization that, hey, I'm not supposed to be just thinking about myself, I'm supposed to be grateful enough to want to deliver what I got to other people too, as an act of charity and gratitude. If you wait between that time and when you actually do it, like, yeah, I'll just finish this up before I do something good. I'll just finish this up before I do the act of kindness that I like got in my mind. In that time frame, what happens is the feeling is lost. Not only that, but perhaps even potentially negative feelings will replace those good feelings. And the reason for that is, if I'm the devil And I'm like sneaking around, flying around, and I see a guy he's about to do good. And I see this guy, his in his mind, he's about to go like spread the word of God and spread knowledge and teach somebody how to learn and teach them and like give somebody some resources or something. That guy's my target, and I'm gonna be like, no, this guy needs to go down before he does anything. I need him to go to hell. I need the people that he wants to help to go to hell. I need everybody to fail and go to hell because I hate humans. And so when you acknowledge the fact that the devil is trying to ruin your capacity to do good and be grateful and help others, the most effective method of ensuring that the good deeds that you have in mind will realize in the world is to do them as fast as possible. Do the things that you're assured of as fast as possible and as thoroughly as possible. The attacks that occur from, whether it's the devil or people around you, where you're about to do something, and then I know people have this problem with like their wives, where I get an idea, I'm about to take this opportunity, and your wife is like, hey, we're supposed to be at the picnic, grab the babies. And I mean, I don't have a wife, but I mean, I had a mom. But long story short, is to do the things that you're assured of. This is the correct decision, and this will help me or others. This will demonstrate my charity and my gratitude. You do them as quickly as possible, as thoroughly and effectively as possible, so that nothing can get in the way between that gap between when you have the idea to do it and when you actually want to do it. All right. So, next point, gratitude 101. Opportunities are a test of gratitude. What does that mean? That means, I'll give you my example. It's kind of my most recent, biggest example. I was planning to train in cybersecurity for another year, and I didn't care about anything. And I'll get into why I don't care about anything. But I didn't care where I live. I didn't care the circumstances around me. I didn't care about finances. I didn't care about even school. The only reason I completely graduated in my degree that's uncyber related, even whilst I'm pursuing cybersecurity, is simply due to the principle of excellence in Islam. Otherwise, I was going to drop out. But I thought about it, and I'm like, what is excellence if I'm just like dropping out as I will? And so I finished that because of excellence, and I was like, I don't care about anything. All I care about is to grow my technical ability and my technical power for the next year in order to be able to hack everything. Like, I need to be able to hack everything, and I need to develop malware that targets every single thing in multiple chains, in multiple different evasive techniques, in order to be able to demonstrate dropping malware and doing a complete takeover, no matter what the environment is. That's my ultimate goal. And then a job opportunity came up, and I saw it, and I saw this job opportunity, and I'm like, look, I'm not going to apply. I have this goal for a year. I need to be training for the next year. I'm not going to apply. And I don't apply. And then the next day comes around, and the same thought comes to me where I'm like, but bro, why not just work Why not just work in cybersecurity? Like everyone else is working in cybersecurity and they're training. There's not a single professional I know in my training programs that isn't working in cybersecurity at the same time. Why am I the only one that requires the entire day for training whilst they're succeeding right in front of my eyes, doing both? And then I think even at that point, I was like, no, I'm not going to do it. And then a few more days and the thought comes around. And long story short, I apply and then I get an interview. And for this interview, I was doing the Amazon Amazon red teaming boot camp. And this guy, he wanted somebody who can do threat researching, red teaming, blue teaming remediation for the red teaming assessments that I do for their clients. Their clients are being provided with automated solutions. So he wanted somebody to do some manual testing for the things that their applications can't do. And so first interview went well. He liked my energy and he's like, oh, great. On a personal level, you're great. And I think it's time to, I think from what you said, your technical stuff, but we still need to do like an actual demonstration. He's like, I'm going to get some labs ready for you and we can just have another call and you can do them for me. Red team labs, blue team labs. He's like all sorts of labs. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure. And then I got this thought in my mind. I was like, what if he gives me a lab that I don't like, I just get stuck. I'm about to get stuck in an interview and it's literally my profession. And I was like, hey, look, I have thousands of labs across multiple different platforms. Let me prepare something for you with my labs and demonstrate all three of the areas that you're looking for in my role. So basically, I did this purple teaming presentation and this purple teaming hands-on demonstration, demonstrating attacks on AWS and then defensive techniques to negate those attacks and then remediate them afterwards and all that stuff. That actually really helped me pass the exam for the bootcamp. But the moral of the story was that at first, when I decided to apply and I thought about what I'm about to do for the next year, I was like, am I really going to just keep taking money from here, just waddling around the world, hoping for everything around me to stay stable and safe and secure, whilst I just selfishly like, I need to gain this, I need to learn this, I need to, and hey, bro, I need some cash. At one point, they stopped asking me. They stopped asking me. Like my family's just sending me money, and I'm 28 years old, and as I already mentioned, I'm getting a loan from I'm literally getting loans, and loans with interest are against my religion. So I was literally about to get a loan against my religion. And I'm about to do all of this selfish training and this selfishness oriented, power hungry decision to go one whole year of constant training without a real income. So that's why I applied. And then once I did apply, after that, there is no more going back because of the rule of that I mentioned, the rule of excellence. So there is no, hey, but I still kind of want to train nonstop for a year. So at that point, that's why I'm like, okay, no, I'm going all in. And so that's why I prepared, I started preparing for that presentation. I prepared for like a week nonstop because I really wanted to do it. I remember I did 3 or 4 mock presentations, just doing them by myself. I even have them. and going through them by myself, and then I did that presentation. I did not end up getting the job because I told him that my goal is ultimately red teaming, and then he decided that it would be safer to get like a well-experienced blue teamer. But yeah, the reason why this is a part of gratitude is because am I grateful for what's being provided to me if I just endlessly consume it without acknowledging the fact that I should be getting it by myself. I should be sustaining myself. I should be at the point where I'm the one giving to others. Like last Ramadan, I was at the mosque, and they're like, okay, guys, this is the last day to give your zakat. This is your last day. This is your last chance to give your zakat. As you know, it's obligatory to give your zakat. And I'm just like in the mosque, I'm like, zakat, like zakat, and zakat is to pay a portion of your income to the poor. And you're not supposed to. I mean, you don't need to pay it if you don't have a job. I was like, hey, I don't have a job, man. It's not, but like the reason why I don't have an income and I don't have a job is because of this. Selfish desire to train nonstop, and this selfish desire to be completely ready to hack everything and anything within 1 year. And so at that point, I was like, no, I just started applying to jobs, training as much as I can and applying, a little bit here and there until I got my current job. So next point of gratitude. Misusing what you're given. So you're at the gym with a tank top. Controversial. The reason why I'm prepared to take this controversial argument is because of several things that I'll mention. You're at the gym as a girl with short shorts and a see-through tank top. Here's the controversial aspect of it in my eyes. I am completely against taking away energy from a human. Before I got this current energy that I have, and before I found something that I'm deeply driven about, which is hacking, I was very introverted and very, I literally don't care what anybody's doing around me because I've already laid out my path and I already know the best thing to do. Before that, I was like completely isolated. I would isolate myself. I would just do things by myself, ignore calls, and once I got my current energy, which is, I would say, extroverted in nature, where I'm not afraid to show my strengths. I'm not afraid to share my weaknesses for help. I'm not afraid to just be energetic and enthusiastic. Before that, I was very low in energy, and so when I got higher in energy, I realized the value of it, and I realized how important it is for all humans to have this kind of energy. And so when I see when somebody wants to wear a cool outfit with a tank top to the gym, I'm like, hey, bro, what if that is giving him some energy? And what if that is making him go harder? However, if you're super big, or if you're ripped and you're going in with a tank top to take pictures and videos to post for attention, to post to make money off of your body, that's being ungrateful. God literally gave you the strength, the ability to stay so consistent, and the ability to push through those points within your workouts to make immense gains. And then you're saying to God, hey God, for this what you gave me, I'm going to get all of these girls, and I'm going to show all the other men that I'm better, and I'm going to this is not an act of gratitude, aka any sort of showing off. Let's see what else we got. Oh, all right. So last point of gratitude. Waiting for things to be lost in order to be grateful. So, imagine a scenario where you get super grateful of something that you thought you were going to lose. And this scenario happens to us so quickly and with so much freehand stress, leading to a resolve that completely relieves us and fills us with happiness and joy that we didn't lose everything. And we're just like, oh my God, thank you so much. I'll just I'll pray for like a 1 hour prayer about it, and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm just like, I walk out and do like a 2 hour workout, and I just I walk out, start looking for people to help, and I'm just like, the next day I think back about it, and I'm like, and I literally don't, it just crosses my brain without me even recognizing what happened. And the basic point about gratitude here is that what if we were to have that same energy, or to forge it, or to instill it into ourselves through practicing gratitude, even when we don't feel this immense like, oh my God, even without that, how much better would we transform ourselves and carry ourselves if we were always grateful for those same things that yesterday we were we were so grateful for, but today we're back to being oblivious towards. The funny thing, or the great thing about doing this, is that this taps into one of the most key effective mechanisms of training and transforming ourselves, which is conditioning. By being grateful, even when we don't feel so immensely grateful, and by acknowledging and afterwards praying towards the things that before we were dying over, but now, it's just whatever again, because we have it all the time. We're training ourselves and we're training our minds to always be aware of more things that we have, to always be aware of appreciation, to always be aware of God, and to always be aware of the fact that, hey, there's more than just what we're seeing right now. Yesterday I got this. Throughout this month I accomplished this. Throughout this year, this and that's going on. In 2 weeks, something's going to happen. Instead of just focusing on our immediate field of view, what's going bad in our lives right in front of us, by conditioning ourselves to be grateful for things that happened in the past or things that are happening that we don't feel so immensely grateful for, we can then break beyond this little circle of our immediate attention. So that is the first episode of Summer Cyber Muslim. And thank you very much for joining me. I tried to get a feature, but nobody wants to join me. Why? It's literally the first day of summer. What do you have to do? Thank you very much. Please subscribe and comment, and please chat with me on social medias. And thank you very much.